Tarkov is a game that I'm sure most people who play it have a bit of a love-hate relationship with the game, with me being included in that bracket. Although this is the case, if you mentally prepare yourself to play the game by thinking about the fact that whatever loot you get in game is never yours, it's just your turn to play with it, then it's fine. I just realised if you have to mentally prepare yourself to play a fucking video game, is it even worth it at that point? Anyway, recently Battlestate Games has implemented a new game mode, a new kind of expansion, if you will. Of course, a few weeks ago I spoke about how Tarkov created a PvE mode where they basically looked at behind a £250 paywall, which is insane. But just last week they brought the game mode out for £20 instead of £250, which everybody liked. But with the PvE mode, I guess the way that Tarkov works is that you go into an area, get loot, and extract. But it's not just that. In Tarkov, you have scavs and you have PMCs. The scavs are essentially either NPCs or people, and they kind of come in around mid-game with like a preset of loot. And then you also have PMCs, who are essentially your player characters, and the PMCs use items from your stash. But what I really hate about Tarkov is there's such a high skill ceiling, and I know that makes me seem like I'm shit at the game, but I haven't got like the hugest amount of hours in Tarkov. I've got like a decent amount, but these people just sit at home and play Tarkov all day, every day, and I cannot compete with that. You know, I'm a more casual player. I can't compete with that level of gameplay, especially the Russian hackers. I mean, Jesus, don't even get me started on that, man. Come on now. Now this is where the PvE mode comes in. The PvE mode essentially has everything that the PvP mode has, like the traders, quests, stash, maps, and all of that. But you have no wipes. It does have multiplayer, but it's only if you're playing co-op with a friend. For instance, if I were to hop on with my good friend that plays Tarkov as well, we could go on together in the PvE mode, but you can't find any like players in the PvE mode apart from that. I think the fact that there's no wipes is genuinely like, great for a casual player like me, because there's one feature in the game called the hideout, and the hideout is essentially this area where you can upgrade things like a generator, and then once you've upgraded the generator you can get lighting, and then once you've upgraded the lighting you can get a Bitcoin miner, which then gets you loads of cash. And it kind of works like that. There's loads of different things you can upgrade. You can get a firing range, lounge area, and they all do different things. With Tarkov, the game wipes every 6 months. So if I had worked on this hideout for 6 months, got it at a really high level, and then all of that progress got taken off me, I'd be pretty pissed off. So the fact that there's no wipes allows a casual player like me to progress through it at my pace, you know. It's a lot nicer in my opinion. The no wipe feature also allows me to progress through the different tasks that different traders have, which is really cool because I never get to finish their tasks because I always get killed by Stanislavski, the Russian hacker. And of course, when you level the traders up, you can get more stuff, and because the game doesn't wipe, you can level them up to like the highest level and keep them there, so you can get like anything you want. What was the gameplay like in the PvE mode? Well, in my opinion, the best things about the PvE, and the reason I prefer it to PvP, is 1, there are no players that play Tarkov every single hour of the day. 2, there are no Russian hackers, although some of the bots actually feel like they got aimbot and wall hacks. The amount of times that I've turned a corner and been shot in the head, it's insane. It does feel like normal Tarkov sometimes, to be fair. They obviously made the PMCs like smarter than the scavs. The point is, for kind of new players or inexperienced players to kind of get to grips with the game. And although it comes at a £20 price tag, which in my opinion, I don't think it should cost £20. I think it should either be a free update, or maybe, I don't know, £10. Like, £20 for a game mode where all of the characters in game are bots instead of some of them being players and some of them being bots is kind of ludicrous, you know? Like, in the base game PvP, there are still bots. Like, most of the people that you come across are bots, but there's some players that are really good. So £20 is a bit much. But I guess you get no wipes with it as well, which is another big draw point to it. But to be honest, at least it's not like 250 quid. I mean, Jesus, I don't know how they thought anyone would buy that. I think they probably thought, like, we'll make it £20 because people will actually get it that way. And they probably earn more money from that decision than the £250 decision, because of the fact that more people are probably buying it now. And the gameplay for me feels so much better too. Like, a few games ago, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 kills, which I would never have been able to get in normal Tarkov. I did die after that, but, you know, I got quite far. With regards to the NPCs you fight, it's very hit and miss. Like, some of the NPCs, you'll be able to just go up behind and they won't even hear you, and you'll just be able to shoot them in the head. And then some of the NPCs will be able to spot you from the other side of the map and just aimbot you straight away, which is crazy. The amount of times that's happened to me is insane. Like, it does feel really on and off. As I said earlier, like, they got wall hacks. I swear to God, they can see you through walls. It's crazy. But I guess that is just normal Tarkov. It's like on and off. And they obviously made the PMCs, because the PMCs are all going to have better loot, because they're meant to emulate normal players who play Tarkov. So they're going to give them better loot, because the scavs have like kind of basic guns, not really any attachments on them. And then PMCs are people that go into raids in PvP. They're like all players. So they are going to have better loot. And the PMCs, obviously, as I said, they feel a lot harder hitting and a lot better at the game than the scavs. And also, I thought I'd mention the way that you can tell the difference between the two is in Tarkov PvP, you can tell if it's an NPC scav by the fact that they'll be saying,
Они держали в страхе Казань 4 года.
Something like that. They'll be speaking in a Russian voice. But with every single PMC being a player in PvP, how can you tell in PvE? Well, I've got news for you. In PvE, you can tell if a PMC is a PMC by listening to their voice line going like, "Hey, over here, there's a scav over here," or something like that. They say like, "Raider over here, scav over here, get over here," you know, something like that. They'll also carry a dog tag and a lot of attachments from their bodies, which, you know, makes it more easy to tell if you've killed a scav or PMC. Map-wise, the maps are all the same, apart from Terminal, which we still don't have in the game. Apparently, that's going to be an end-game map. Altogether, in my opinion, I think the expansion is honestly great, but it's just a bit overpriced. Like, £20 is a bit of a high price tag, but I think if you really do want to get into Tarkov and you're struggling with the PvP mode, then it's a really good route to go down. And it just, like, it makes it a lot easier to play for a new player. But I mean, hey, as long as it's not £250 anymore, I'm fine with it, you know. But yeah, with that, I wanted to just say thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. And if you did enjoy the video, then why not like and subscribe? You know, it'd be greatly appreciated, and you might as well, because it's just free. I try and upload like once or twice a week on this channel. Maybe once a week for now. I don't know, maybe twice a week. I'll think about it. But yeah, I mean, with that, once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.